Hello guys, we're here at Vortex Cards and Games with the winner of today's Digimon tournament. Zachary will be here opening a box of Digital Hazard and a box of New Awakening.
Ooh, get that more in frame there. Bam. There we go.
One video.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay.
All right.
I hand you the scissors.
Let's get this baby started. And, whew, very tough. But
we need to get a better opener.
Yeah, okay. Maybe re-open it next time. I could definitely do that. Tournament.
The trick is to go through that flat.
Yeah. Pretty quick round robin that we had here. All right, immediately starting off with the Imperial Digimon Dragon Mode box topper. I'm a huge fan of these arts, personally. I actually prefer both the Imperial Digimon and the Mastemon over the structure deck art. I know some people prefer the Mastemon structure deck art over them, but hey, we're all allowed to have our opinions. And my opinions are just more right, because I'm the one opening the box.
All right. You won. That means something, right?
Yeah, obviously. Starting off with our first pack here. Try to be careful. I don't want to be that guy who bends a card on stream. That'd be... yikes. So, Lotmon, there has been like a Lotmon rookie rush going on lately with running the promo Guilmon that when attacking you draw a card, and also the new Gigimon that we might see in this set where if a Guilmon, Growlmon, or Gallantmon attacks you draw a card. So it lets the red options come out, and it's definitely been showing up in a yellow hybrid, not red. Growlmon, pretty decent. Definitely the War Growlmon's really what's gonna make the Gallantmon deck pretty good. With the increase in DP, I always feel like red is pretty stagnant in how low their DP limits are, but I mean, I don't really play red too much. Strike Dramon, personal big fan of it. I play Justimon in this set, so this is always a fun one to just pop and grab one out. The Monodramon's a little better in just that it grabs everything, but it is an on-play and it's a little more expensive. But that when attacking, if you have 2 or more Black Tamers, gain 1 memory, very helpful. Labramon, this is actually, I'm surprised this hasn't shown up too much in Imperial Dramon since we run a bit of a jamming there. But, I mean, I guess I could see why it hasn't shown too much. Pilates Head, just a little popper for that D-Reaper archetype. Very unfun to play against, but if it pops, it pops. Fist of the Beast King, I actually really like, I like the little lore tidbit that they have here of how Beelzemon can also play it, even though it's technically not a blue, just since in the show, Beelzemon's the one that kills Leomon and absorbs its data, letting it use Fist of the Beast King. This card that lets, this is probably the main reason that D-Reaper, you really need to build your deck around this matchup. Letting your Mother D-Reaper have 6 or more sources, all of your opponents get minus security attack 1 is very annoying that you kind of have to design the deck around to be able to counter that. I personally run the new plugin option, Offensive Plugin A, but I'm sure some people have like inherited security attacks. I knew that starter deck Greymon that's like been out in the game forever grants it, and the Voltramon for level 5 people who are more budget players. Ice Devimon, I actually have not seen this card get in play, and I can see why. That's pretty underwhelming. Level 4 lower with no sources, you are not seeing that too often. Viximon, showing up in Sakuyamon very much. Cost 2 or more, draw a card, pretty generic for the Sakuyamon deck. Alice, I have met so many people very disappointed that there is no Alice full art going on right now. But even though she's a very side character in the show, it's kind of funny that they left the cross on her for that art. Interesting, but I guess she is more of a gothic appeal. And it looks like we are about to see Takato Matsuki. I need to separate these colors out better. I'm doing crazy. Takato is very much like the key card for the Gallantmon archetype. Anytime a Digimon's deleted, one of your opponent's Digimon's deleted, you can suspend this guy to gain a memory. That's just what red does, so that's great. Gallantmon or Growlmon, when Digivolving, they get Blitz. That is also amazing and great because almost I'm pretty sure all of the Gallimon archetype has when attacking effects. So yeah. And Gallimon, this is a fun one. I got the full art of this one a little while ago, and I love that. Play it for 1 if you have Guilmon, Terriermon, Renamon, or Impmon. This one can't attack, but you can gain a memory, draw a card, and have one of your Digimon gain 3k DP when it digivolves. Really fun card. Probably like a 2 of in most decks. In most decks that would run it. And yeah, that's our rares for the pack. Let's actually set those aside, be a little neater about all this. Whew. I was about to make that exact mistake I was worried about. Well, hopefully it wouldn't be with an alt art this time. That's something interesting in this set. Ooh, Mephistomon on play, draw 2 cards, then trash 2 cards. Kind of a worse Lady Devamon, if we're being real, but the when you trash a card in your hand, gain a memory is pretty interesting. Ground Locomon, I don't really see this too much. For each card in your trash with Cyborg or Machine, it gains 1k. That's really neat, except for the limitation that it can only attack your opponent. It can't attack their Digimon, so you're not running over much with this. Pendulum Feet, probably the main searcher in the D-Reaper archetype. Add a D-Reaper and a searcher specifically on play, revealing the top 3. D-Reaper searcher has D-Reaper in its traits, so you could just add 2 searchers with this if you're being real. Optimizer. It looks like this card just got errata. It hasn't been errated yet. It's when played, if it has, and on attacking, if your Mother D-Reaper has 5 or more Digivolution cards, you reveal the top 3. You can play a D-Reaper from its traits with a play cost of 10 or less. This has a play cost of 10 or less, so you can just chain that effect if you pull it. And that was a lot easier before the errata, where it returned to the bottom of your deck. It looks like this set, they still haven't printed it, but now they go to the top of your deck instead, so you're not really getting much out of it. Caesarmon, level 4, jamming, 6k. That's all right. I don't think we're gonna be seeing it too much. High Speed Plug-in D. If you have a Tamer in play, you can use this card without meeting color requirements. This is standard for all the plugins. And for 1 turn, one of your Digimon gains jamming. This is incredibly helpful, especially with the it can't be blocked. This is a big threat for black decks and an even bigger threat for stuff like Mother D-Reaper, where you hit the Reaper in security. Yep. Creep Hands, the blocker of the Mother D-Reaper archetype. Whew, I caught a little glimpse. Kazushioda, this is actually a card that I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of in the D-Brigade, when D-Brigade gets more support in EX3. Talmon, this is a great level 5. Play the Tamer for it without paying its memory cost. Cyberdramon, same with the Justimon archetype. Play Rio without paying its memory cost, and also the D-Digivolve 1 if you got Black Tamers. And an alt art Golfmon, look at that. I actually haven't pulled this one yet. Trash all cards in your hand until you have 5 cards left. On one of your effects, trash a card in your hand. You may unsuspend 1 Digimon. Let me put that more in frame there. That is gorgeous. Absolutely. Thank you for that. And we're going to be a bit more quicker. Mephistomon, Ground Loco, Gargamon. Hey, we're seeing a bit of that. We got a Tamer last set that supported the Rapidmon archetype, but didn't really see much play. Now it's like a standard for this one. Optimizer, plug-in, Horn Striker, Rush. Honestly, the most underwhelming in the D-Reaper archetype. I don't think anyone even plays this card. Offensive plug-in A. Hey, one of your Digimon gets security attack +1. You can play this card ignoring color requirements if you have a Tamer. Really good against the Gatekeeper matchup. Pilates Head, we've already seen it. Rapidmon. Same thing with the Gargamon that we just talked about. We're seeing a bit more play of it. Jerry, on play. Play a Leomon from your hand without paying memory cost. We're probably going to be seeing this in blue when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks. You may suspend this Tamer, draw 2. I know this has been showing up in the recent blue hybrid stuff. Marine Angemon, we'll probably be seeing this in it's a pretty good one. If you can pop it off, you can get it all the way. You can just fully recover your stack if your opponent has enough Digimon with no sources. Only thing is that it can't go to 6 or higher, but I mean, what does it matter if you manage to pull this off? And Megidramon. This is Digimon's name's treated as Chaos Gallimon. This is like a secondary mega for the Gallimon archetype that we've been seeing if you're playing purely out of this box. It does definitely help with this on deletion of playing a Guilmon and a Tocado from your hand or trash without paying cost. And mill. It's good for self mill, which is great for purple, and opponent mill, which is even better for purple. And you're deleting a 10k or less, which is most level 5s in the or lower in the game. We can get that over there. I'll try and speed up a little bit here. Andromon, generic blocker. All of your Digimon with blocker get 2k. Cubimon, add an option to your hand, revealing top 3 on Digivolve. Locomon, can Digivolve to ground Locomon from your hand, reducing the cost by 1. Bubbles, this is a staple in the D-Reaper archetype. It's security effect, it's on play. They're both the same thing. Put a searcher from in player in your hand other than Mother. That speeds it up. You can get 2 or 3 under it in a turn with this. Ice Devimon, you've seen it. Caesarmon, you've seen it. Hornstrike. Jerry, also a great staple for it, revealing the top 5 and just placing a searcher under your Mother. The only thing with this is you could tend to reveal the kind of flavor that you're running in your D-Reaper archetype with this, but hopefully you still get a searcher under it. Shuchong Wan, lets you play a Lotmon in your hand for free, and start of your turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, draw 1 card. This is, I'm thinking like a 2 of in the Lotmon Rookie Rush that we've been seeing. And Lotmon Rookie Rush is probably more, but the yellow hybrid's meh. Henry Wong, Memory Setter, helps out with the Gargamon archetype when you attack with a Gargamon or a Rapidmon. Suspend this tamer to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Pretty good. And Impmon, when it's trashed from your deck. The Beelzemon archetype in this is all about trashing directly from your deck, so this is actually not half bad. And looks like we got Devigramon, Retaliation, and when attacking, trash the top 2 cards. Holy cow, that's gonna... If you're not careful, you could get decked out with that. Lotmon, Growlmon, Strikedramon, Gorillamon. Play a level 3 or lower Digimon from one of your opponent's Digivolution card without paying its memory cost. This would be good if it wasn't an on-play effect. 6k is a little bit too hefty for this to see play. Gatekeeper, Pendulum Feet, Plug and D, Gummymon. When one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw a card. It's your turn, but green tends to suspend a lot, so this will actually be proccing up quite a bit. Monodramon, very good, revealing top 4 and adding all black tamers. This can be either a major whiff or a major hit. And Telamon, if you got Shuchong Wong, you can Digivolve this off your Lotmon for a Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring requirements. And trash in the top card of your security stack to unsuspend this Digimon. That can help you set up for the Shuchong Wong start of turn draws. And Rio, a little bit underwhelming, but still great in the Justimon archetype, in my opinion. Reveal the top 4, add a card with Drummon or Justimon in its name, makes it still amazing for the D-Brigade archetype. And when you attack with your black Digimon, you suspend this tamer to have that Digimon gain 1k DP until the end of your opponent's turn. That's honestly what really makes this card for me. And we're moving on. Fisto, Ground Loco, Gargo, Searcher. This is the main card. You can have up to 50 cards of it. If you don't already have one in play, you can play this for a cost of 1 instead. It can't attack players, but on play you draw a card, so that's how you're keeping the consistency in this deck. And you're not really going to want to attack with this thing too much anyways. Fisto the Beast King, Digivolution, Optimizer, Creep Hands, Hotmon. A little underwhelming. I personally think like the Black Egg DP increase should be at least during your opponent's turn for that extra blocker protection, since that's kind of the main thing Black's about, but it's still fine. Oh, we'll put that over there. Death Slinger. When trash from your deck, gain a memory and delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon for every 10 cards you trash. Add 1 to the maximum level. This is like a main removal in the Beelzemon archetype. Reaper, there we go. The end game of the D-Reaper archetype. You trash 7 or more sources from the bottom of your Mother D-Reapers to reduce the cost to 0. You straight up set it. This actually got eroded, so this actually gets around the Psychmon, and it has Rush, and you're getting, at minimum, 4 attacks off this thing. Since when attacking, you can put 2 searchers from your trash under this to unsuspend it, so you're getting the 1 when you play it, and then because at least 7 are going to be in your trash if you set this thing to 0, which why wouldn't you? you're going to get 2, 4, 6, 3 extra attacks out of that. And Beelzemon, look at that. If this was the alt art, that'd be the money card of the set. Trash from your deck, you can play an Impmon from your trash without playing the cost. When Digivolving, you may trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 1 to the maximum level. That's actually not half bad. Oh yeah, it's a when attacking. Of course, you're gonna be popping this thing left and right. Hopefully we've gone through most of the commons, so I can start breezing through this. Gargamon, Angemon. War Growlmon. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's 4K or less. If you have a red tamer, delete a 6K or less. The Inherited is actually really good of adding 1,000 to the maximum DP. You pop this, but you get this baby under something really big, you can start increasing it. Like Megadramon's gonna make it an 11K or less, which actually takes out a lot of the level 6s, since the lower limit for level 6s typically is 11K. Kenta Kitigawa. This lets you play Marine Angemon for 10, so essentially you can play this during your turn, or you can reduce it up to 7. Yeah, that's 11 minus 4. And when you play a blue Digimon, you may suspend this tamer, trash the bottom source. Oh. Ooh, that is pretty good. So when you play Marine Angemon, you can suspend this guy to trash the bottom Digivolution card of all your opponent's Digimon, helping you set up for that Marine Angemon set recovery. Bringing back Cyberdramon and Leomon. That is a wicked art there. While you have a tamer in play, this has blocker during your opponent's turn, and like a typical Leomon, it has an on-deletion effect of gaining 2 memory and drawing a card, because it always dies in the anime. Except for the 2021. Goodness. QB, Loco, Devi, Wands, Gorilla, Fist of the Beast King, Bubbles, Gatekeeper, Parasimon. I understand why this isn't seen a lot. End of attack, you can place this under the source, but it also gives it security attack +1 and 2K. I've considered running this in a Rust Tyrannomon, so maybe. Kazu, Doberman. When you play this card from your hand, reduce the play cost of it by 2 if you have an Alice McCoy in play. We just pulled one of those a while back. On deletion, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then return 1 purple or 1 purple tamer from your trash to your hand. That is not half bad. And Rika, the main card you're going to be playing in that Sakuyamon deck. When one of your Renamon, QB, Tau, or Sakuyamons attacks, you can suspend this tamer to play an option with plugin in its name without paying cost. That's going to be amazing. Running out of breath a little bit here. Lotmon, Growlmon, Strike-Dramon. Digivolution plugin S, draw a card, and then Digivolve a Digimon with a cost of 3 or less for free. Basically, you're just Digivolving it into whatever for a cost of 2. But it can be good for consistency there. Debbie, Pendulum Feet, Optimizer, Caesar, Yaman. When you have 10 or more cards in your trash, gain 2K. Oh, thank you so much. What do you have? Gain 2K. Again, eggs can be a little underwhelming with the DP thing. That Gigimon is easily the best egg in this set. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Taumon. And Mother D-Reaper, the main card of the D-Reaper archetype. It can't attack and it's not affected by your opponent's effects. When you have a Mother D-Reaper, if you don't have another Mother D-Reaper in play, so the only way we can attack this thing is by attacking an unsuspended Digimon. That's the main way we're getting rid of this. But that drawback comes from this next effect only activates if you don't have another one of these out. So you're keeping this because it's technically a Digi-Egg. We're also pulling a Terriermon. That's a fine one there, but not as important as this conversation piece. We can put an ADR Searcher directly under its sources. So you're having one to the side here. You're having one in play. And when you play a D-Reaper with its trait, you can reduce the cost for 1 for each of this card's sources. That is going to make the deck wildly more consistent and wildly more threatening each and every turn. Oop, accidentally grabbed 2 there. probably wanted me to open 2 packs at the same time. Mephisto, Ground Loco, Gargo, Plugin, Creep Hands. Get the whites separate. I don't know why. Plugin, Searcher, Digimon. I was talking about this one. So this with the promo Guilmon that when attacking, draw a card. Both of these essentially let you draw 2 cards on an attack. At that point, you don't even care if it lives or dies because you've already gotten full value. Fireball, a great starter, something that Reds just needed, an excellent starter. 2 cost, you can either delete an opponent's Digimon with 3k or less, or if nothing was deleted or can be deleted, you draw 2 cards instead. Excellent. Iron Mako, it's a memory setter, and when you attack, you can suspend this tamer to trash the top card of your deck. Then if the attacking Digimon's Beelzemon, you can set it straight to blast mode for a cost of 3. Very good. Maybe we'll pull Beelzemon blast mode in this. It's going to be the secret rare. And Renamon, revealing the top 4 at a QB, Tau, Sakuya, or Rika to your hand on play. That's actually not that bad. And because of if it's little inherited, it basically turns all these plugins into 1 cost, which is great. I'm surprised. We've only pulled 1 alt art and 4 SRs. I know the secret rares take up an SR slot instead of an alt art slot like they normally do, so I'll be interested to see what other alt arts we pull. Andromon, Cubimon, Loco, Gorilla, Bubbles, Plugin, Pendulum Feet, Caesar. Xiaomon, a little underwhelming in my opinion. While this Digimon's level 4 gets 1k, and I'm curious about this. I guess you could run in an Armor Rush. Reapermon, a card that was wildly more hyped up than it was supposed to be. When an opponent's Digimon is unsuspended, Digivolve 1 from that Digimon. I think the biggest thing is that it's a Digivolution cost of 4, which is honestly the biggest problem with it. Gardramon, a little bit of an underwhelming one too, but this one actually has an alt art and is a rare. It's blocker, and on play, one of your opponent's Digimon gains 3k until the end of your opponent's turn. That's actually worse than I thought. I thought this was a when Digivolving effect. And Gallantmon, there we go. This Digimon gets 2k during your turn. If you have a red tamer in play, add 2k maximum DP with you can choose with DP-based deletion effects. Ugh. So with that War Growlmon, that's a total of 3k DP you're working with. Choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 6k or less, which would in theory be 8k or less, and delete them. Get to check out that lovely art there. Love the spirals around the lands. And I'm surprised that we have not pulled any other alt arts other than that Golfmon. It looks great, but you know, let's spice it up some. Devi, Lopmon, Growl, Creep Hands, Lobbermon, Pilates Head, Fist of the Beast King, Gatekeeper, Vixie, Alice, Takato, and Kalu. And that finishes.
Same as the first Takato, Kalu.
Yeah, that was the same that we pulled in the first pack. Ooh, I caught a glimpse, and I think we got a good one here. Andro, QB, Loco. Offensive plugin. I am like not sorting these at all except with the whites here. Pilates, Gorilla, more Growl, Kenta. Hey, Guilmon. On play effect. Reveal top 4 at a Growl, Gallant, and 1 Takato among them. And when attacking, if it has Growl or Gallant in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon 3k or less, and let's see what this baby is. Ooh, an Alt-Art Gummymon. That is actually very pretty. We've already done a little check on this card, but that is beautiful. And yeah, let's get a better look at that. It's very cute. I'll set that to the side so we can sleeve that baby. Strike, Mephisto. I think now we've gone through all the commons and uncommons in this, so I can probably start just. Ooh, looks like we're entering our another one, folks. Oh no, it's Marine Angemon, the amazing. And Henry Wong. I'm taking up one of those. Yeah. So we should have one more alt art in this, and I believe we should have 2 more SRs in this set at least. So I'm curious. Yeah, so maybe we'll pull the secret rare. Who knows? The secret rares in this are Crimson mode and Blast mode. I'd be fine with either, honestly. Gami, Jerry, Impmon, and Antilamon. Getting way better at the smooth rip. It's a nice feeling. It's good practice for when the next set comes out next month. That's going to be great. Suchuwong, Monodramon, Rio, and hey, the regular art of that Golfmon that we pulled earlier. It's a pretty nice one. He shows up in the first Tamers movie, if I do remember correctly, as the main bad guy. Yeah, because Mephistomon digivolves into him, and it's about the Caesarmon as well. Alright. Doesn't look like anything too new. Got a Reaper again, and a Guilmon. I'm expecting one more Mother before we finish off this set. So we're about halfway through the right side of the stack. Hoping for more stuff to talk about, but this is a smaller set, like the EX1 Classic Collection. So I would be very much surprised if we don't see anything. Oh. I'm a fool. Blue card, yes, this is a new one. A little bit of a hyped up staple. Revealing the top 5, you can digivolve into a non-white Digimon for free. That's pretty good. And if you don't, add a Digimon card to your hand. I like these effects that even if you whiff on the main effect, you still get a little something something out of it. And Cyberdramon. Thinking for a shiny one, but then they're all shiny, so what do I know? It's a plug-in, searcher. Let's start filling up this stack since that's getting a little high. There's that Gigi, Fireball, Doberman, and there it is. Look at that. Beelzemon Blast Mode. When it's trashed from the deck, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. When digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level, and for every 10 cards in the trash, this card gets Security Attack +1 inherent playing around that D-Reaper there. And yeah, definitely take that. Is that the alt art as well?
That's the normal one.
Yeah. No, that's just the normal one. Unfortunately, that's right. The alternate one's him actually like shooting down and firing at it. And going through, I'm surprised we should have one more alt art in us. Oh yeah, I was saying we should piece these together. Doberman and Rika. Devidra, Lop, Ground, Fist, Bubbles, Gatekeeper, Plugin, Ice Debbie, Ya, Parasite, Blue Car, and there's our final alt art. Antilamon. This has been starting to rack up in price with that Lopmon Rookie Rush that I was talking about. Definitely would grab these while you can if you're interested in that deck. And I don't think, unless we get 2 secret rares, but I highly doubt that. That would be amazing. But I think we've hit all our secret rares and alt arts in this set. But we might still get an SR right to round this out. Tau. And like I said, one more Mother before we finish it off. And Sakuyamon. I knew it. We were going to get another one. This beauty right here. Unsuspend one of your Digimon, and for each tamer you have, return an option card with plugin in its name to your hand. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, which is everything you're going to get out of this set, one of your opponent's Digimon gains -3k DP for the turn. Pretty spicy. Oh, hey, we got 2 more packs left, so second to last. Let's see if Silver Metal can bring us home. Ground Loco, Gargo, Andrew, Creepins, Horn Striker, Offensive Plugin A, Searcher, Gorilla, Gigi, Fireball, Terriermon, and I and Mako. Alright, final pack. We got this. Is this a wood table? Pressed wood?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's like
somebody does
plastic.
for me. And we are going to go through Digivolution Plugin S, Pendulum Feet, Caesar, Creep Hands, Zhao, Reapermon, and a Renamon, and a Gardramon. Alright, that is the final card in this set. Now,
So unfortunately, we have to cut it here.
yeah, that makes sense. I did not anticipate this being much longer than it was.
So we'll go ahead and we'll open this box of New Awakening on our own, since we've already committed to it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sorry about taking
Thanks for
so long.
checking out our opening at Vortex Cards and Games.